I want to report it here that we as farmers of Lower Kuja, we are happy with the judgment which was done by the judge who came on the ground, the land tribunal judge. He came on the ground and saw for himself the damages which were caused by the canals which were dug by NIA and were not protected. So these canals damaged the lands which could have been good for production to an extent that even transportation was a challenge. So National Irrigation Authority was denying that they were not responsible. But when the judge came on the ground and the farmers who are the petitioners were also on the ground, they saw for themselves that before the irrigations did their work here, there were some designs which they were supposed to follow. They ignored. And they ignored these things even after we, the leaders of the farmers, had cautioned them that there are certain natural storm drains which they don't take seriously will damage those infrastructures. The first order was there was to be rehabilitation on the damages which were done by the canals dug outside the design. The second order, there are certain areas where there was no public participation. So the farmers' lands were encroached to by the National Irrigation Authority, and therefore the judge ordered for the trespass on somebody's land, every landowner will be awarded 200,000 shillings. And this was to be paid within 21 days by National Irrigation Authority. The third order was, before National Irrigation Authority came into being, there were certain connections which farmers were using. So the farmers were having lands which were not divided. So when the irrigation came and made canals, these canals, after developing into bigger gullies, they cut off the transportation system. So there was totally no transportation between the farmers. They could not access their lands. They couldn't access the other side of their farms. So the order was a bridge be made, and must be a motorable bridge across MD4. So that bridge would connect the farmers in the scheme on both sides. And then they come out with a narrative that the people of Lower Kuja are negative. We are not negative. And if they wanted land to be donated for free, we could do it. All the schools in Nyateke, we donated lands for free. The roads in Nyateke, we donated lands for free. The markets in Nyateke, we donated lands for free. If they knew they didn't have money for compensation, they could have just told us they are not doing compensation, but compensation is enshrined in the law.
I'm very happy for the judgment which was done, because right now, if the compensation can be done, especially if we can be given the 200,000, then that one will appreciate the more. We, as the members of Lower Kuja Irrigation Scheme, we embrace it, and we shall always be positive towards the development of the area. Lower Kuja Irrigation Scheme is a scheme which is very important to us, particularly we, the members of the scheme. For one, our mothers could get water easily because of the irrigation. We could also water our gardens easily because of the same. And therefore, I confirm here that if the scheme can continue, then it means that our development will be more.
One of the farmers which have been affected by the national land irrigation. So I'm happy today with the court verdict that the NIA should compensate people, those affected, their lands are affected. So I'm happy they follow the due process and compensate